right here. So Rolly Romero got stopped. What round was it, Chris? Do you have it there on your notes? I mean, it looked like Rolly was taking a beating in this one. I actually don't think he fought a bad fight, Chris. I think, look, two one-dimensional fighters, two come-forward fighters. Rolly obviously fighting on his back foot, was countering Pitbull a lot. You got to give Pitbull some credit. You know, Gervonta did say Rolly hits harder than Pitbull, but Pitbull took all of Rolly's punches and he landed some. Pitbull is not a guy who's going to move his head. He kept coming forward. Rolly was countering him, but I think he just never recovered from that first round temple shot. He hit him with the Andy Reese on Anthony Joshua. Chris didn't recover hit from that. Was wobbly for the rest of the fight. And how many rounds was it?
Yeah, I think it was like the sixth or seventh round. It didn't go too long.
Give us your thoughts. Man, you're a big Pitbull. You call Pitbull Vegeta. I still can't get over that, Chris. To me, he's more like Krillin, but oh man, I still can't believe you call him Vegeta. But anyway, go ahead. This is your time to shine. This is your guy, Chris. Pitbull Cruz.
Wait. First of all, let me just say I like Rolly. We've had him on the podcast.
Funny
Good
guy.
kid, funny entertainment, good for boxing. But he was just not on Cruz's level. Cruz just has sound fundamentals. He's got power. We did say that we didn't know if he was gonna bring that power up, but he clearly did. You know, it just takes one big shot to rattle your opponent. Again, we saw it against Gervonta. Gervonta was on his back for much of that fight, and he's a much better fighter than Rolly. So, I mean, I man, again, there's levels, and of course, I know you say that you don't like Cruz, but he's a tough cookie. He's like a bull, you know. I'd be reaching if I say he's like a Julio Cesar Chavez, but he's probably more athletic than Julio Cesar Chavez,
Wait, who are
and
we
has
talking
that
about?
Mexican style.
Who are we talking
Oh,
about?
Pitbull Cruz, bro,
Oh my.
for the win. Let's go.
Oh man, these takes could keep getting worse and worse, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I mean, Cruz, same thing. They're gonna sacrifice him probably to Tank Davis if Tank Davis wants that fight. As of now, it seems like he doesn't, but they're gonna keep that belt in house. So they'll sacrifice Cruz to another guy at 140. I think he's better suited at 135. There's some good fights at 35. But yeah, I mean, uh, I don't think there was much to this fight. I was surprised that Rolly was hurt that fast against Cruz. You know, Cruz who puts his head down and swings to home run hit every single time he swings. So not much there, not many jabs. Um, Chris seems to like him, but hey, and look, let me tell you this: Pitbull Cruz doesn't say much, right? He just goes in there, does what he has to do. The last time I checked, he had what 2.1 million, 1.2 million followers on Instagram, Chris. People seem to like this guy. The arena was loud. They were cheering for him. I don't know, it was more cheers for him or boos against Rolly, but people seem to like him. He's growing on me a little bit. I don't think he's that great of a fighter, but hey, he's a champion now at 140.
Yeah, no. Again, people just gravitate to that style. Again, people like Zoo because of his style. You know, we know that there's a formula for the Mexican fan, and it's like emulate Julio Cesar Chavez as best you can, and fight hard, fight with will, knock people out, and be humble. And dude, you got a built-in fan base right there. But again, I've covered Cruz at events where Andy Ruiz was at, and he got, in my opinion, more love than Andy Ruiz. So it's again, he's people can gravitate to him. He's a little guy. He's not the best looking guy. He's not the tallest guy. He's just a guy that keeps coming forward, fighting and winning. And then I think that's what the Mexican faithful like. But yeah, man, I'm glad you're like he's drawing on you. I'm telling you, this kid may not have the skills of a Devin Haney, may not have the sound defense like a Shakur Stevenson, but this kid has pressure. He can punch, and if he lands, he's gonna hurt you. So yeah, man, Cruz for the win. Let's go.
Oh man, hey, him growing on me doesn't mean much, Chris. He went from like a -2 to like a 1 now. So don't get too hype over there. But look, there's already people trying to line him up with other guys. Subriel Matias just left PBC, so I don't think that happens. But they're gonna get this guy hurt, Chris. Go back down to 135. He's only 25 years old. He has a bright future. He's young. He's a champion now. Go to 35, man. Go get a belt over there. Stay away from the 140s, man.
No, I do agree that 140 is too big for him. He was able to get a title. First of all, congratulations on winning a title. That's a big feat. But you got it against a guy like Rollies, who a lot of people felt he was no longer deserving of that title. So it's like he squeaked one in. So again, even though I do like he's like Pitbull Cruz, I do agree that 140 it may be too big for him. So he's got to be careful. Like you mentioned, Matias just left the PBC. That would have been an amazing fight of the year, dangerous fight for both men, in my opinion. But man, that one has take my money written all over it. But we'll see what happens. He's got a title 140. You got to tread softly, my guy.
Yeah, and look, he's only a champion because of politics, Chris. Because how is Rolly champion? Who knows, right? So now, of course, that guy has to lose it because Rolly's not going to be champion for long. Now Cruz has it. Cruz is probably going to lose it soon, but there's been guys waiting at 140. If you compare Cruz to the guys at 140, I don't think he's anywhere near their levels. I just think there's a big sizes advantage, but everybody was calling out Cruz after the fight. Arnold Barboza said right away, "Hey, congrats! Hey, let's get it on." Everybody right now is doing this, Chris. They're rubbing their hands. They're saying, "Oh, give me Pitbull, man. He's the smallest guy out there." I'm sure all these guys feel like they can take him out, but we'll see if he stays at 140. I don't think he does unless he gets a favorable matchup or unless PBC wants to make Gervonta Davis champion, or real champion, right? Because he doesn't have any real belts. But yeah, uh, I didn't take away much from this fight other than, man, a lot of people were against Rolly, man, and a lot of people were cheering for Cruz, and the crowd seemed very hyped. Were you there in attendance too, Chris? You were there, correct?
I was on my way there, so I thought I was gonna
Okay,
get there for when it started, but obviously it started pretty early because of Amazon Prime.
but you
But I did catch it. I caught it on my phone on the way there. So
okay? Were you
yeah,
able to? You
crazy,
were able to
crazy.
get into the arena, right? You got some post fight reactions there.
Let's just say I found my way in jail. Let's just say that we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, Chris was everywhere at once. But yeah, a lot happened this weekend. Go ahead on our YouTube channel, check out all the videos, all the behind the scenes stuff, interviews, post fight reactions. I think Pitbull stole the show this weekend, Chris. Obviously Valdez had a big win. Estrada had a big win. Fundora had a big win, but I think what most people walked away with was Pitbull stopping Rollies.
I'm gonna have to disagree respectfully. I think that was a huge win for Pitbull Cruz, but let's not kid ourselves. Rolly is not no amazing boxer type. I think Fundora, and with a little bit of help with that gash, I say he is the biggest winner of this weekend. Of course, there's other names, over there in Arizona, but I want to say Sebastian Fundora is the biggest winner of this weekend, and he's definitely going to cash out, man. Big fight, something that many people, including ourselves, did not think he would do. I actually thought he was going to get knocked out, honestly. But yeah, he walks away with the title and big money fight. I say he doesn't keep it for long, even though I like the guy. But yeah, I think he's the biggest winner of this weekend.